Dear students, so in this session totally we are going to concentrate on different properties of chlorine, very reactive element, and therefore we should go in detail into the properties. Of course, regarding its physical properties, it is a greenish yellow gas. Irritating odor, pungent odor, irritating odor we will be saying. And when we inhale chlorine, we will be getting headache, mild headache to start with. If the intake is larger, it may even lead to fatal. And therefore, larger inhalation of chlorine should be totally avoided. All right? And chlorine is soluble in water. It is soluble in water. To give chlorine water, you will be saying it is chlorine water. And the chlorine water, when concentrated, you will be getting greenish yellow crystal of hydrated chlorine. The gas is greenish yellow. It takes up 8 molecules of water as water of hydration. It will be in the form of solid, but at very low temperature. Greenish yellow colored crystal you will be getting. Usually chlorine gas, greenish yellow colored gas, but with water, it exists as greenish yellow colored crystal when water is concentrated, when chlorine is concentrated. But at very low temperature only it is possible. Its melting point is too low and the boiling point is also low. It melts at minus 102 degrees Celsius. Minus 102. 0 degrees Celsius is ice cold, we are saying. Minus 102 degrees Celsius start to melt. It will become vapor, boiling point. It is approximately 34.6, I think so. At this temperature, minus, both are minus. So, below ice cold condition, it exists in the form of liquid. Even below that, it exists in the form of solid. It can exist Cl2, 8 H2O, chlorine hydrate. So that is about important details, physical properties or whatever it may be regarding this. Let us go into the chemical properties of chlorine. The reaction with metals and non-metals. First one, reaction with metals and non-metals. Very simple reaction. Very simple. Of course, direct combination only with most of the metals and non-metals. Sodium, iron, and then aluminum, copper. With those metals, it directly combines to give corresponding compound. It is an oxidizing agent, and mostly the compound will be formed in higher oxidation state. For example, chlorine means, sodium means only one, oxidation state plus one. For iron, plus 2 and plus 3 are possible. It exists with plus 3 oxidation state. Aluminum 3 mostly. Copper plus 1 and plus 2, it exists mostly with plus 2 oxidation state. How? So, sodium, always 1, 2 and 3, 3, 1 and 2. But in its compound, it exists 3, in its compound, it exists 2. Because chlorine is an oxidizing agent. With these metals, it forms sodium chloride, NaCl, valency 1, 1. Iron, ferric chloride, FeCl3, not ferrous chloride, ferric chloride. And then aluminum chloride, AlCl3, cupric chloride, CuCl2, plus 2 oxidation state. Sodium 1 always, aluminum 3 always. But iron may be 2 or 3, but here it is 3. Copper 1 or 2, here it is 2. Because chlorine is an oxidizing agent. So how to balance the equation? You can balance the equation yourself. I need not strain or I need not struggle. You can struggle yourself. What is the possibility? 2, therefore 2. That's all. 3, 2, LCM 6 and therefore 3, 2. Over. Same thing here. 3, 2. 2, 2 over. Balance equation. So with these metals, with many metals, chlorine directly combines to give corresponding compound. That's all. With the non-metals, what are the non-metals? It can react with even hydrogen directly. Hydrogen is a non-metal. mostly non-metal. Boron, hydrogen, boron, sulfur, phosphorus. Phosphorus usually exists as P4 and therefore it may write as P4. Arsenic and antimony. Arsenic and antimony. Only in certain cases we are getting peculiar compound. With sulfur we are getting sulfur, disulfur dichloride we are getting. Disulfur dichloride. In other cases normal. Normal means based upon the valency. You may be knowing the valency. If I ask valency you may get confused, but if I start to write, you will be writing very easily. Hydrogen valency 1, boron 3, sulfur disulfur dichloride we have given, and therefore I need not talk about its valency. Usually it is 2 or 6, sometimes it will go like that, but here it is entirely different. Sulfur disulfur dichloride is formed. Phosphorus trichloride, common oxidation state 3, arsenic 3, antimony 3. Therefore you will be writing the molecular formula. HCl, BCl3, PCl3, ASCl3, SbCl3. That's all. Very simple. Everything 3, 3, 3. So how to balance? All the 3, how to balance? 3, 2. Therefore 3, 2. 3, 3, 2. Here not 2. 3, 2, 3, 2. 3, 3. Only here it happens to be 4. Therefore 6. Therefore 4. Since we have P4, double the number, double the number, double the number. In the case of disulfur dichloride, 2s plus chlorine. In the case of hydrogen with chlorine, 2Hc. So this is with non-metals. With non-metal, chlorine directly reacts to give corresponding compound. Very simple. No need to worry. Hope you might have known. Iron with higher oxidation state ferric, copper with higher oxidation cupric. Only with sulfur, disulfur dichloride. With others, usual compound HCl, valency 1, boron, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony 3. Over. Now, affinity towards hydrogen. It has got great affinity towards hydrogen. Chlorine has got great affinity. That's why hydrogen reacts with chlorine to become HCl. It shows the affinity. Even with water, you can form HCl with the liberation of nascent oxygen, showing the affinity for hydrogen. So, second reaction. Affinity towards hydrogen. Reaction showing the affinity towards hydrogen. Here we can think of a reaction with turpentine and with water. C10H16 is the molecular formula for turpentine. Turpentine you might have seen, it is a white colored liquid. Sometimes for spraying and all we will be applying. Nowadays the usage is reduced. Earlier in all games rooms they will be using turpentine. Whenever spraying happens, they will be applying only turpentine. When it is made to react with chlorine, all the hydrogen present in turpentine get combined with chlorine, leaving carbon as such. Therefore, 10C plus 16HCl. To write 16HCl, 8Cl to that side. Turpentine reacts with chlorine to become carbon and HCl. Then, when chlorine is made to react with water, it is nothing but dissolution in water, exposure in the presence of sunlight. Even in the presence of sunlight, hydrogen get combined to become chlorine to give HCl. With the liberation of oxygen, usually you will be getting nascent oxygen. Now O2 I can write. If suitable reagents are present, that oxygen acts as an oxidizing agent, and decolorization and oxidation reactions are happening only because of this. Now 2HCl plus O, but since we have written O2, everything should be 2. That's all. So when chlorine is made to react with water, it becomes HCl with the liberation of oxygen, showing that chlorine has got great affinity towards hydrogen. It is because of this affinity towards hydrogen, the oxygen liberated sometimes nascent oxygen, and it is used as an oxidizing agent. So that is about affinity towards hydrogen. Then third reaction with ammonia. Third reaction with ammonia. With ammonia means with excess ammonia, with excess ammonia. And then limit excess HCl. Excess ammonia, excess HCl. Now with excess ammonia. When ammonia is made to react with chlorine, if it is excess, it forms nitrogen and HCl. With excess chlorine means excess chlorine. Ammonia with chlorine, if it happens to be excess, you will be getting nitrogen trichloride plus HCl, of course. In both the cases, chlorine takes up hydrogen because of its affinity towards hydrogen. If ammonia is excess, nitrogen will be more, therefore HCl. If chlorine is excess, chlorine will be more, nitrogen trichloride. Alright? How to complete the equations? Let us try. Ammonia reacts with chlorine to become nitrogen and HCl. The HCl formed combines with ammonia. The HCl formed combines with ammonia to give ammonium chloride. First of all, first equation has to be balanced. N2 therefore 2, 6 hydrogen therefore 6 HCl, therefore 3 Cl2. It is balanced. All the 6 HCl formed should combine with 6 molecules of ammonia to become 6 ammonium chloride. Ammonia, chlorine, N2, therefore 2NH3. 6 hydrogen, therefore 6 HCl. 6 chlorine, therefore 3 Cl2. All the 6 HCl get combined with ammonia to become ammonium chloride. 6 HCl plus 6 ammonia gives 6 ammonium chloride. HCl cancelled. So 2NH3 plus 8NH3, 6 plus 2, 8NH3 plus 3 Cl2 gives N2 plus 6 ammonium chloride. This is how chlorine reacts with excess of ammonia. What about with the excess of chlorine? With the excess of chlorine it gives NCl3. That NCl3 combines with, the HCl formed combines with ammonia to become ammonium chloride. Now we have to sum up. Before that we have to balance the equation. 3, 2, LCM 6, therefore 2, 3. 2N, therefore 2. 6 hydrogen, therefore 6 hydrogen. Compulsorily we should get 6 HCl. Chlorine should be excess, 6 plus 6, 12, therefore 6 Cl2. Or else we need not balance in that way. Ammonia becomes NCl3. All the 3 hydrogen should go as 3 HCl. Here 3 chlorine, here 3 chlorine, 6, therefore 3 Cl2. I think balance equation. NH3 plus 3 Cl2. Here we need not go in for even number because hydrogen is available here and that hydrogen can be in odd number. Because chlorine we are present in odd number, we can balance like that. So NH3, NCl3. 3 hydrogen, 3 HCl. 3 chlorine plus 3 chlorine, 6, 3 Cl2. All the 3 HCl should combine with 3 ammonia like here. All the 6 HCl, 6 ammonia. All the 3 HCl with 3 ammonia to give 3 ammonium chloride. HCl we have 4 ammonia plus 3 Cl2 gives NCl3 plus 3 ammonium chloride. That's all. This is with excess ammonia, excess chlorine. Alright. So next reaction with alkali. So we have seen reaction with metals, non-metals, and then with hydrogen we have seen with ammonia, excess chlorine. Now with alkali. So it may be fourth reaction with alkali. Again with alkali, two types. Cold dilute alkali. With the cold dilute alkali, by alkali I can take cold dilute sodium hydroxide, and the next one hot concentrated sodium hydroxide. With the cold dilute alkali, how does the reaction occur? When chlorine is made to react with HCl, H2O, it forms HCl and HOCl. HCl and HOCl, hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid. Hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide to become sodium chloride and water. Hypochlorous acid reacts with sodium hydroxide to give sodium hypochlorite and water. Of course, we have to combine the reactions. Both the HCl and HOCl formed combine with the sodium hydroxide. If it is cold dilute, the reaction goes like this. So HOCl, HOCl get cancelled, HCl, HCl get cancelled. Therefore, Cl2 plus 2 NaOH, 1 H2O and 1 H2O get cancelled. 2 NaOH gives NaCl plus NaOCl plus H2O. This is served with the cold dilute sodium hydroxide, the reaction occurs. Chlorine with the cold dilute sodium hydroxide forms sodium chloride, sodium hypochlorite and water. If it is hot concentrated with hot concentrated sodium hydroxide, in what way the reaction occurs? Chlorine with water, as usual with water, will be getting HCl, HOCl. Alright. The HCl formed reacts with sodium hydroxide to become sodium chloride and water, as we have given earlier. Same thing. And HOCl reacts with sodium hydroxide to become sodium hypochlorite and water. It is sodium chloride, sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite. It is sodium chloride. It is sodium chloride. When the sodium hypochlorite, NaOCl, if it is hot concentrated sodium hydroxide, what is happening? Three such molecules get combined. NaOCl, 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 three such molecules. Sodium hypochlorite molecule. Same equations I have written here also. Last step, the sodium hypochlorite formed. Three such molecules get combined to become sodium chlorate, NaClO3. NaClO3. It takes up all the three. NaClO3. Sodium chlorate. NaClO3. We call it as sodium chlorate. Remaining two NaCl. What is the product? Sodium chlorate. NaClO3 is called as sodium chlorate. So with the hot concentrated sodium hydroxide, sodium chlorate is formed. Three molecules we need. To get three molecules, we need three. To get three, we need this three. Therefore, the equations are multiplied by 3. Equations are multiplied by 3. All the above given 3 equations are multiplied by 3. And if I add all the 4, how to add? 3 HCl, 3 HCl get cancelled. 3 HOCl, 3 HOCl get cancelled. 3 NaCOCl, 3 NaOCl get cancelled. 3 water molecules get cancelled. Only 3. Remaining 3 is here. That's all. So 3Cl2 plus 6 NaOH gives NaClO3 plus 5NaCl plus 5NaCl plus 3H2. That's all. So with hot concentrated sodium hydroxide, we are getting sodium chloride. With the cold dilute, sodium hypochlorite. Cl2 plus 2, 3Cl2 plus 6. How the reaction has come, you may be knowing. In the last step, 3 molecules. And therefore, everything is multiplied by 3. It becomes sodium chloride. And so, that is about reaction with alkali. That forms fourth reaction with alkali. So, go through the reaction, try to write yourself, you practice. Then oxidizing property and bleaching property, fifth one. Oxidizing property and bleaching property. Oxidizing and bleaching property. Chlorine with water forms HCl and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is a powerful oxidizing agent. It also acts as a bleaching agent. I can write in short like this, or else the same thing I can write in a different way. HCl plus HOCl is formed first. Hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid. The HOCl decomposes to form HCl and nascent oxygen. See, on the whole, what is it? H2. These two get cancelled. H2O plus Cl2 gives 2HCl plus nascent oxygen. That's what I have written right to start with first. So, we may consider water with chlorine to become HCl and HOCl, and the HOCl decomposes to form HCl and nascent oxygen. So, this is responsible for the oxidizing property. And coloring matter, any coloring matter, when made to react with bleaching powder or chlorine water, bleaching powder forms chlorine water, the nascent oxygen to give colorless matter. Therefore, if bleaching powder is used, sometimes the color will fade off. Alright? Colored matter when made to react with the chlorine water, that is, chlorine water means you will be getting nascent oxygen, it will become colorless. So, the bleaching action of chlorine is permanent. Permanent changes will occur and we cannot get back the color. Alright? Now, the oxidizing property. Now, to start with, I have given bleaching property first, then oxidizing property. If chlorine is made to react with ferrous chloride, it becomes ferric chloride, FeCl3. Ferrous, ferric. Valency 2, 3. Oxidation state plus 2 plus 3. Plus 3. How to balance the equation? 3, 2. So 2, 6 chlorine atoms. Here also 2, 4 plus 2, 6. Ferrous chloride, when chlorinated, becomes ferric chloride. This is how it can be chlorinated. So, first one, ferrous chloride to ferric chloride. First one, bleaching action. A, bleaching action. B, oxidation. Under oxidation, first one, ferrous chloride to ferric chloride. Second one, ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. To convert ferrous sulfate into ferric sulfate, we need chlorine water. The oxygen is needed. So, water with the chlorine becomes 2HCl and nascent oxygen. That nascent oxygen is also involved along with chlorine. When ferrous sulfate is made to react with sulfuric acid, acidified ferrous sulfate, it forms ferric sulfate, Fe2SO4 thrice plus H2O. 2, because we need ferrous Fe2SO4 thrice, therefore 2, as here. 2 sulfate plus 1 sulfate, SO4 thrice, 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. If we sum up water, water, oxygen, oxygen. If we sum up, what you will be getting? Ferrous sulfate, when acidified ferrous sulfate is made to react with chlorine, it becomes ferric sulfate and HCl. So it is because of the oxidizing property, it is because of the availability of a nascent oxygen, ferrous sulfate is converted into ferric sulfate. The consolidated reaction may be given like this. That is about oxidation of ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Sulfite ions can be converted into sulfates. Sodium sulfite can be converted into sodium sulfate. First one, second one. Third one I can write here. Conversion of sulfite into sulfate. Ferrous sulfate. Sodium sulfite to sodium sulfate. How? Chlorine with water to a Cl plus nascent oxygen. The nascent oxygen may combine with sodium sulfite to become sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. Just addition of oxygen. If I combine Na2SO4 plus chlorine plus water with chlorine water, sodium sulfate with chlorine water, sodium sulfite with chlorine water. What is happening? Sodium sulfate, SO4 2 minus ion is sulfate, SO3 2 minus ion sulfate. Sodium sulfate is formed. Sodium sulfate plus 2HCl. That's all. With the chlorine water, sulfate is becoming sulfate. Then H2S to sulfur, hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. When hydrogen sulfide is made to react with chlorine, it is because of affinity towards hydrogen. It becomes HCl and sulfur. Hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to sulfur. Hydrogen is eliminated, therefore oxidation of hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. And it can also oxidize. Oxidation of bromide and iodide salts into Br2 and I2. Oxidation. I can also say displacement reaction. It is displacement. In what way it is displaced? When potassium bromide or potassium iodide, I have written 2. Why? 2. A molecule of chlorine. 2 chlorine is going to replace to give 2 KCl plus Br2. 2 KCl plus I2. That's all. Br2, I2. Bromine and iodine are formed. So oxidation of bromide and iodide salts into bromine and iodine. It is also called as displacement because bromine and iodine are being displaced. Fluoride cannot be displaced. It is more electronegative. So fluorides cannot be displaced. By chlorine. That you should understand. Fluorides cannot be displaced by chlorine because fluorine happens to be more electronegative. Alright. Then preparation of bleaching powder. Next reaction. So fifth one, oxidation and bleaching property we have seen. Bleaching property first. It is because of nascent oxygen, colored matter is converted into colorless matter. And ferrous chloride to ferric chloride. Ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Sulfite to sulfate, hydrogen sulfate to sulfur, bromide and iodide to bromine and iodine. These are the things we have seen. That reaction also comes under displacement reaction. Next reaction with bleaching powder. Preparation of bleaching powder, not with bleaching powder. Preparation of bleaching powder. I think it is fifth reaction or sixth reaction. Next reaction with preparation of bleaching powder. Or with lime water, calcium hydroxide, with calcium hydroxide. When chlorine is made to react with calcium hydroxide, you will be getting bleaching powder. What are the reactions we have seen? Metals and non-metals we have seen. With ammonia we have seen second reaction. Third reaction we have seen with alkali. Fourth reaction oxidation. It is fifth reaction. Preparation of bleaching powder or with the calcium hydroxide, I can say. When chlorine is passed over calcium hydroxide, you will be getting CaClOCl, that is calcium chlorohypochlorite, you will be getting, plus water, CaOCl2 plus H2. CaOH twice, water will go off, one chlorine, CaOCl2. Here one chlorine, that's all. Instead of hydrogen, one chlorine, instead of OH, one chlorine, CaClOCl. So you will be getting bleaching powder. With slacked lime calcium hydroxide, you will be getting bleaching powder. Last reaction, addition reaction. Not one, last one, addition. Addition reactions. Addition reaction with unsaturated compounds mostly, and then certain inorganic compounds with the SO2, sulfur dioxide and chlorine, carbon dioxide and chlorine, SO2Cl2, SO2Cl2 with sulfur dioxide with carbon monoxide, COCl2. SOCl2 is thionyl chloride, SO2Cl2 is sulfuryl chloride. Sulfuryl chloride. It is carbonyl chloride. Carbonyl chloride, otherwise called as phosgene. Carbon monoxide, carbonyl chloride, sulfur dioxide, sulfuryl chloride. Then it can also happen with ethylene, C2H4, CH2, double bond CH2, ethylene with the chlorine, here one chlorine, double bond becomes single bond. You will be getting ethylene dichloride. C2H4Cl2, ethylene dichloride. Ethylene dichloride. Ethylene with chlorine, ethylene dichloride. Then finally, substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. Ethylene with chlorine, ethylene dichloride. Sulfuryl chloride. Thionyl chloride means SOCl2. SO2Cl2, therefore sulfuryl chloride. Substitution reaction. With saturated compound, for example, methane, when made to react with chlorine in the presence of sunlight, methyl chloride, methylene chloride, chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, stepwise. First hydrogen, first chlorine, methyl chloride. Second hydrogen, second chlorine, methylene chloride, chloroform. CH2Cl2, and then CHCl3, finally CCl4. Step by step this reaction will occur. With the benzene, when benzene is made to react with chlorine in the presence of ferric chloride, halogen carrier ferric chloride is needed. Here one hydrogen is replaced by chlorine to give chlorobenzene. CCH5Cl, chlorobenzene plus HCl. So that is about various reactions of chlorine. Let me recollect once again. With metals and non-metal, direct reaction. And peculiar thing we have seen only with sulfur, disulfur, dichloride we have seen. And oxidized product, ferric chloride, and then cupric chloride likewise we have got in all others common oxidation state. We have got sodium chloride, ferric chloride, aluminum chloride, cupric chloride, HCl, boron trichloride, disulfur dichloride, phosphorus trichloride, arsenic trichloride, antimony trichloride, likewise we have seen. That is about reaction with metals and non-metals. Then affinity towards hydrogen. I think affinity towards hydrogen is second reaction. Third one, fourth one. All right. Second reaction, affinity towards hydrogen with the turpentine, C10H16. 16 HCl will go off, we will be getting carbon. Chlorine water, HCl and oxygen. That is second reaction. Third reaction with ammonia. With excess ammonia means nitrogen. With excess chlorine means nitrogen trichloride. That is third reaction. Fourth reaction with sodium hydroxide we have seen. With sodium hydroxide dilute, so cold dilute means sodium hypochlorite, NaOCl. With hot means NaClO3 we have seen. In the sequence steps also you should recollect. And then oxidation and bleaching, that forms fifth reaction. Sixth, seventh, I think, eighth reaction. All right. Then oxidation reactions we have seen. Ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate, ferrous chloride to ferric chloride, sodium sulfate to sodium sulfate, H2S to sulfur. Bromide iodides are converted into bromine and iodine. Displacement we have seen. Preparation of bleaching powder with lime water or milk of lime or maybe. Then calcium addition reaction with sulfur dioxide, sulfuryl chloride with carbon monoxide, carbonyl chloride with ethylene dichloride, ethylene dichloride, ethylene with chlorine, ethylene dichloride. Then methyl chloride, methylene chloride, chloroform, carbon tetrahydride, likewise it goes. With the benzene in the presence of ferric chloride, halogen carrier, chlorobenzene. That is about various chemical properties of chlorine. Finally, we should end up every element or compound with its use. Chlorine is used as a best bleaching agent. So it is used for the purification of water. I said municipal corporation or even panchayat water is being treated with chlorine. So it is used to purify water. It is used as a bleaching agent in textile, paper industry, etc. And it is used in the extraction of gold and platinum. With that, we end up with a very important element, chlorine. All right. Thank you.